You have felt it, haven't you? That strange sensation. That something ancient is awakening. That something invisible is watching, calling, approaching. The world pretends it's all normal, but you know, something has changed. Time feels distorted, dreams feel real, and the air carries a charge you can't explain. No, you're not imagining it, you're not alone. You are one of the few who can sense it, the return of what was once forgotten. They walk among us, in silence, hidden behind eyes that have seen beyond time. They do not seek fame, nor power, because they already carry something far greater. Knowledge, the chosen ones, not created by the world, but by forces older than history, guardians of a sacred mission, bearers of a divine code hidden in their very being. And now, they are awakening, in dreams, in visions, in signs scattered across the earth, the numbers, the synchronicities, the strange déjà vu. It's not coincidence, it's a map, a frequency, a cosmic whisper reminding you of who you really are. You are not just a body, not just a name, you are part of a forgotten lineage, a soul chosen before birth to carry the fire through the darkness. You may have felt lost, out of place. But now, the time has come, the veil is lifting, the signs are multiplying, and those who were sleeping begin to open their eyes. The return is not something you wait for, it is something you become, because the gods of old never truly left. They became part of you, waiting patiently for you to remember. And now that moment has arrived, the return has begun, and you are one of the chosen. Long before history was written, before civilizations rose and fell, there was a pact, a sacred agreement between the divine and the incarnate, between the celestial ones and the souls brave enough to descend to earth. Not all dared, not all were ready, but those who accepted the mission, they were marked, not with ink, but with light, a light hidden deep within, silent, but eternal. These were the chosen ones, souls that remembered their origin, that knew the pain of forgetting, and the glory of remembering. Their mission was never easy. They would be misunderstood, labeled as different, too intense, too sensitive, too wise for their age, too quiet for a noisy world. They would walk through fire, through shadows, through lifetimes of isolation, but they would endure, because within them burned the eternal flame. They were sent across time. In every era, they appeared. In Atlantis, in Lemuria, in Egypt, in deserts, temples, forests, and concrete jungles, always carrying the same mission, to anchor the light, to awaken the lost, to preserve the truth hidden beneath illusions. They were not preachers, they were activators. By their presence alone, they stirred something ancient in others, a memory, a vibration, a sense of, "I've known you before." They could not always explain who they were, because the world had no words for it, but they knew, in silence, in symbols, in signs and synchronicities. The pact still lives within them. It guides them, even when they forget. And now, as the world stands at a threshold, the call has returned. The mission is active once more. The chosen ones feel it. Their souls stir. Their eyes open wider. And their hearts beat in rhythm with something vast, ancient, divine. It's time, not to remember something new, but to remember what was always there. The pact is real. The mission is alive. And the chosen ones are awakening. Awakening is not gentle. It does not come with comfort, nor ease. It comes like fire, like lightning, like the sudden cracking of a world you thought was real. The chosen ones do not awaken by chance. They awaken through trials, pain, loss, silence, and the unbearable sense that something is missing. Everything they once believed falls apart. Relationships collapse. Jobs no longer make sense. Their old life becomes foreign, because the soul begins to stir. The illusions begin to break, and the truth starts to bleed through the cracks. But the awakening is not a punishment. It is a gift, a remembering, a sacred tearing away of everything that is not truly you. The chosen ones feel it all. They cry alone. They speak less. They observe more. Because within them, an ancient voice has returned. A voice that says, "You are not who they told you to be. You are more. You came here with purpose. You are remembering." And then come the tests, not from the world, but from the Spirit. Tests of trust, of faith, of surrender, of walking in darkness with nothing but your inner light to guide you. People may call you crazy. You may question your own sanity. You may feel like a stranger in your own body. But that is the path, because only those who walk through the dark can carry the light. Only those who let go of the false can receive the real. Only those who die to the old can be reborn into truth. And so, the chosen ones endure. They fall. They rise. They transform. They become alchemists of their own soul. They learn to listen to the silence, to trust the signs, to read the symbols the world ignores. And step by step, they walk the path, not towards greatness, but towards remembrance. Because awakening is not about becoming someone new, it's about becoming who you always were. How do you recognize a chosen one? Not by their appearance, not by their status, but by the frequency they emit. They carry something invisible, yet unmistakable. An energy that makes others pause, look twice, feel something they can't explain. They were never meant to fit in, because they were born to stand out, not in arrogance, but in vibration. They have the eyes of the ancient, as if they've seen too much, known too much, even in their youth. They ask questions others avoid. They sense lies instantly. They crave truth like oxygen, and when it's not there, they suffocate. Many have walked alone, misunderstood, dismissed, even feared, because their presence disrupts illusions. It shakes old structures. It exposes what's false. They are mirrors. To be near them is to see yourself, not the mask, but the truth beneath. Some run from them. Some are drawn to them like a moth to flame, but no one forgets them, because a chosen one carries the codes of light, of memory, of other worlds. They have visions. They dream vividly. They hear the silence speak. They see beyond the veil. Their bodies are sensitive. Their hearts are deep. Their intuition is sharp. And their spirit is old. Many were the black sheep, the misfits, the ones who couldn't conform. But that was never a flaw. It was the sign, the sacred mark. They are not better than others, but they are different. And that difference is sacred. The world often tried to silence them, to label them, to medicate them, to make them forget. But now, they are remembering. And with each memory, the light returns. They are not here to follow. They are here to awaken, to break cycles, to restore the ancient rhythm. The marks they carry are not just signs. They are reminders that they were sent here, for this exact moment in time. Something is shifting. Can you feel it? The wind whispers differently. The air is thicker with meaning. Time feels distorted. Reality bends at the edges. This is no coincidence. The call has been sounded. A call that only the chosen ones can hear. Not through words, but through frequency. Through dreams, through signs, through a knowing that cannot be explained. It's a pulse, a vibration, a divine signal traveling across realms to awaken those who made the pact. And now, they are finding each other. Not by logic, not by chance, but by resonance. The chosen ones are reuniting. Soul recognizes soul, through a glance, a voice, a post, a dream. They are being drawn together because the mission is too great to carry alone. Each one holds a piece of the puzzle, a frequency, a gift, a memory. And when they come together, something ancient awakens. Their reunion was written long before they were born. It was encoded in their souls, in the stars, in the divine blueprint. And now, as the veils thin, and the false systems begin to tremble, they are stepping into position. No longer hiding, no longer doubting, but remembering. This is why the world feels strange, why things are collapsing, why time feels accelerated. It is the preparation for the emergence of the awakened ones. And as they find each other, they amplify the light. They trigger activations. They restore ancient codes. Together, they create a grid, a living network of light that spans the planet. And in that web of souls, a new world begins to form. Every awakening is followed by resistance, because light does not rise without shadow noticing. The chosen ones are not just awakening, they are being watched, not by people, but by forces that fear remembrance. There is a war happening, not with weapons, not with armies, but with frequencies. A war of distraction, of confusion, of false light pretending to be truth. They send noise to drown your intuition. They amplify fear to shut down your spirit. They distort love into attachment and addiction. Because they know, if you fully awaken, you become unstoppable. So the chosen ones are tested, tempted, triggered. They are pulled toward old wounds, false paths, echoes of the past. But these trials are not punishments. They are initiations. Each challenge is a doorway. Each pain, a portal. Will you react? Or will you remember? The darkness is loud, but your soul is louder, if you listen. And in these trials, the chosen ones refine their power. They learn discernment. Not everything bright is light. Not every voice is truth. Not every sign is divine. They learn to feel instead of follow, to sense instead of seek, and in that silence, they rise. With each battle, they reclaim pieces of their soul. With each choice, they realign with their purpose. Until one day, they no longer fear the dark, because they've become a master of it. The war of frequencies cannot be won with force. It is won with vibration. And the chosen ones are tuning themselves into the original frequency, the frequency of source. And once that frequency is stable, nothing can stop them. It has begun. The veils are thinning. The illusions are crumbling. The echoes of the old world are fading. And rising from the ruins is something ancient, yet new. The chosen ones are remembering who they were before the noise, before the world told them what to be. They are walking again as they once did, as keepers of light, as guardians of the hidden flame. And they are not alone. The ancient ones have returned, not in flesh, but in frequency. Their wisdom moves through dreams, through symbols, through sacred moments of stillness. They are whispering again to those who can hear. It is time. The temples of the soul are reopening. The sacred knowledge is being reactivated. The cosmic memory is flooding back. This is not the end. This is the return. A return to the forgotten rhythm. The divine harmony that once guided all things. The chosen ones carry this rhythm in their bones, in their breath, in their being. And now, they are planting it again. In their art, their words, their presence. They are the midwives of a new earth. One not ruled by fear, but aligned with spirit. The birth will not be gentle. The darkness will roar. But it cannot stop what has already begun. Because the light is no longer a whisper. It is a wave. A wave of souls awakening, activating, aligning. And when the wave crests, when the network is complete, when the last chosen one remembers, the world will shift, not through force, but through frequency, through resonance, through truth. The new age is not coming. It is here. And the chosen ones are its architects. Welcome back.